Hello everyone and welcome to my first Winds of Change video, where I'll be showing you, well, cleansing Bukdek Byway, which is the first quest in the first act of Winds of Change. Hero builds and equipment can be found in the description, probably in various formats, so you'll have an easy time getting to them. Okay, so you take all these quests from the first quest anyway, from Zairi in Caning Center. I'll probably also be linking to the wiki page for these quests. Anyway, most importantly, I'm not going to show you where to get those quests. Because Winds of Change groups can be pretty rough, I usually open up by putting down my protective spirits before the fight, so that they're active to already catch the initial spike. If you don't do this, then often enemies will hit you with their initial burst damage, and you won't have much protection against that, which can cause you to lose party members, which puts you at a disadvantage right away. So if you're using the same or a similar team build to mine, then just micromanage your protection beforehand a little. Now, which enemies are the most troublesome to you very much depends on your party setup and exactly how you're playing. For me, it tends to be the enemy casters, because they just dish out AoE damage, which I find more troublesome than the mostly single target damage that the enemy frontliners do. So I usually focus on monks and ritualists and elementalists first. As you'll notice in this particular quest and many upcoming quests, the enemies will eventually clump up. So I guess depending slightly on what distance you want to keep from them, it makes sense to wait until the enemies have bunched up and attack them then, because obviously any AoE ability that you're using, like Panic, like Ineptitude, like Spiteful Spirit, anything that does AoE obviously is more effective when the enemies are all clumped together. And it is very important that if you're playing as a non-melee character, that you actually stay away from these enemies. Now, Standard Afflicted in the Standard campaign, they do a bit of damage when they die, which isn't much trouble. The Afflicted in Winds of Change are tremendously more troublesome. They will explode and cause additional effects. For example, the monks will heal anything in their range that when they die. The warriors will cause knockdown. The assassins will give a bonus to attack speed to anything, to all of their allies in range when they die. And basically each of the different afflicted have different effects that they trigger when they die, and you really you really want to watch out for that. So try to keep your distance. I don't always do it, but it is nice to not have to deal with it. Anyway, these quests are very, very short, so I just defeated two groups so far. And this is already the final group. Now, with this one, you should watch out. There are a bunch of Canthan peasants around here, which means these enemies have already killed the Canthan peasants and used them to make minions. As you can see, there's a bunch of minions. There's still spirits around from when they fought the peasants. And you can see that this really makes the fight go a little poorly here. You'll see. See, I'm taking a lot of damage because the enemies have all their spirits and their minions already up. So there is that. You cannot avoid them killing the peasants. The peasants die before you get there, basically. So You can just wait until the enemy spirits have died and the minions are on full degeneration, so they won't be as much trouble. But I guess it's a single group, it's not that much trouble, so you can usually probably deal with it even if they're already prepared for the fight. Okay, and yeah, once you've cleared this group, the quest is done. I know these first quests aren't really much trouble, so I just include them for completion's sake. I'm not only including the difficult quests. And yeah, there you go. That's all you have to do for the quest. I guess good luck.